My parents would have come over here 45 years ago, and they were able to afford to pay rent, to build a family, to finally buy a house in Fir House. And it wasn't easy, but it was affordable. Whereas if you ask any family now that is on a low wage income, they can't afford it. The city itself has become unlivable when it comes to pricing of accommodation. Here we have an example of a vacant site, one of many in Dublin at the moment. This one's in my constituency in Pembroke, but there are so many hundreds all around Dublin. But yet the vacant and derelict site in Dublin City Council only has 75 properties. This one here has been empty for 8 years at least. With so many vacant and derelict sites across the city, there needs to be a better assessment. Buildings cannot be left idle for 10 years or 20 years or 30 years while there is someone that sleeps on the doorstep of it, homeless. During a crisis like the pandemic, people look at unemployment, look at lack of housing, look at the health service, and the first thing they do is they blame migrants and poor people. And they do that across the board in every country. That rhetoric has been getting louder, yet at the same time we haven't been challenging it as much because we think things are progressing. We are an Ireland that is 12% migrants. We are an Ireland that is diverse and that is different, and those differences should be celebrated. Having the bigger issue of pandemic, having a crisis like a pandemic means more than ever you should be challenging issues of racism, classism, sexism, climate change, mainly because those are the issues that if you don't challenge and combat now, by the time a pandemic is over, they would have deepened to the stage where they're just rotting your society. Do I think there's hope? Yeah, absolutely. I'm a bit of an optimist in that regard. I think we will get to a stage where we will be challenging these issues every day, and we will understand these are things to challenge every day. I think this is the thing with Dubliners and with not just Dubliners, Irish people in general. We do stand by each other, and maybe that's after 800 years of oppression. We understand the history thereof. We can't just stand by when there are injustices like that. And I look at Dublin and I think, yeah, it's a good example of that.